Hi guys! So for this week's video I decided that I was going to do another tag video, mainly because, well, I like watching them and I like actually doing them. So for this week's video I thought I'd kind of include a bit more beauty, so I've decided to do the 40 beauty questions tag. That I try to wash my face twice a day, like a maximum, because I use my Magnatone facial cleansing brush, and you can use that once or twice a day depending on how you feel your skin is, etc, etc. It's completely up to you how many times you want to use that. I try to make sure I at least wash my face once a day. I know it sounds gross, but we all get lazy sometimes and don't wash our face right before we go to bed, so I really try and make the effort to take my makeup off earlier and wash my face and everything earlier. My skin type, it's probably a bit of a combination, because I get kind of a couple of like oily patches on my chin and a tiny bit around my nose, and then the rest is kind of okay. I get, like everyone does, I get the odd oily patch like here, and then I do, like everyone, I get kind of the odd dry patches around my skin. My current facial wash is the Soap and Glory Vitamin E facial wash, I think it is. It's the blue one. I think it has like apricots or something on the front, and it has like pink little beads in it as well, and it smells so nice. It's so refreshing to use. I don't really exfoliate my face. Mainly I don't exfoliate my face or my body with like an actual product, because I use my Magnatone. I kind of use that as exfoliate. The moisturiser I use is, I've just recently switched over to the L'Oreal Triple Active Nourish Intense Hydrating Moisturiser, because I don't really have freckles, I don't think. I tend to get, like everyone does, when it gets hot and sunny, I tend to have a couple pop up like on the tops of my cheek here, but the eye cream I use is another L'Oreal product, and it's the Revitalift eye cream, which is really nice. Again, I've just switched on to using this, but it's so creamy, and it's actually a really good drugstore brand eye cream. I still have spot prone skin now. My skin, it's very temperamental, I will say that. I do still to this day get spots and those little, like, I think they're called cysts, where they're like bumps under the skin, but they never actually surface into a spot. I still get them, no matter. I've never used Proactive, mainly because, I don't know, that they had so many adverts on TV when I was growing up that it kind of put me off them. So I use the Estee Lauder Double Wear foundation, and I switch and change, but at the moment my favourite and the one I use is the Estee Lauder Double Wear. The concealer I use is everybody's favourite. It is the Collection 2000, or I think they're just called Collection now, their Lasting Perfection Concealer. I don't think I know my undertone. I think I have a more cool undertone because my veins look more blue. They're like more blue and purple. I love false lashes, don't get me wrong. I just can't apply them. So I don't tend to apply them unless I've got like serious amounts of time. Yes, I knew you have to change your mascara every 3 months. Do I do it 3 months on the dot? Probably not. The mascara I use at the moment is the Tarte, I think it's called Lights Camera Flashes mascara. It's the one that's in the gold fabric container. Because I live in the UK, there isn't a Sephora in the UK. Weirdly, there's one in France, but not in the UK. So Sephora, bring it to the UK. You would literally make a mint bringing it here. So I'm going to have to say MAC because I've never tried any of the Sephora products. I don't have a MAC Pro card. I think you could only get the Pro card if you had something like you had to be registered and have like a certificate and have like 2 proof of payment as like a makeup artist. For tools, I tend to use mainly makeup brushes and a eyelash curler. I don't use like a specific eye base. When I do eyeshadow, I tend to use the paint pots from MAC. I don't use face primer at the moment. I do use the Max Factor, like the one that matches the 3-in-1 foundation. I do use that one kind of on and off again. My favourite eyeshadow has either got to be All That Glitters from MAC, which is a great kind of lid colour, and it's so pretty, like a loose one. I love the Barry M Dazzle Dust in number 44, and I remember like everyone and their mother used to love these things, but how pretty is that colour? So I don't really wear a whole lot of eyeliner. If I do, it tends to be gel eyeliner because I don't use pencil or liquid liner. I don't think I've ever poked my eye doing eyeliner. As you can tell from my favourite eyeshadows, I do really like pigment eyeshadows, like loose eyeshadows. I think they're a tad messy, but I do really like them. I have used mineral makeup in the past. I don't use a whole lot of it. I tend to favourite more, I'm guessing as most people do, in the summer rather than the winter. My favourite lipstick has got to be the one I am wearing. It's by L'Oreal. I can't remember the exact number. It has a number and a name, but I think they only put the numbers. I think it's like 460. I think it's called Mon Jewels. I think that's what it's called. I think it's like 460 Mon Jewels. I don't tend to have a favourite lip gloss. I don't really use lip gloss all that much. Mainly because I tend to wear my head down a lot, and I wore lip gloss the other day and oh my god, it was a nightmare because Liverpool and the Merseyside area is a very, very, very windy place. My favourite blush is probably Stereo Rose by MAC, if anyone remembers that. I think I only got one thing off eBay, and that was when I very first started out. I got one of those makeup eyeshadow palettes that's like 120 eyeshadows for like super cheap, and to be honest, I rarely use it. I really like drugstore makeup. I think it's a really good cheaper alternative. I think you can actually find sometimes better quality, or you can find something you love but at a cheaper price. I've only been to a CCO once in my life, and there's one in Cheshire Oaks. I don't know if it's still there now because I only went there literally once, and I think I bought like 2 things. It was maybe a makeup. No, what was it? I think I bought a blusher and maybe a lipstick or a lip gloss. I did once consider taking makeup classes. As I said before, I was thinking about doing it seriously as like a professional career. I wouldn't say I'm particularly clumsy at putting on makeup. Not really. I think my contouring skills and maybe my eyeliner skills, and probably my mascara skills could use a little bit of work. I don't really know too many makeup crimes. I think the main one has got to be the line. I remember this from high school, like girls used to do their foundation like 3 shades too dark for their skin, and they used to have a line because they never blended it down the neck. So they always used to have a line, and they'd have like an orange face and a white neck. That's probably the only really makeup crime that I know. I tend to stick to more neutral makeup and maybe go for a bolder lip. I don't tend to go all out there just because that's not me. See, I think this one's hard because, like for instance, I really admire like Kim Kardashian and Kendall and Kylie Jenner's makeup, but I did see something once about how long it actually takes them to get ready, and I just couldn't do that. But a lot of people, I think, have great makeup because they have great makeup artists, because when you see people photographed, 9 times out of 10 they've had their makeup professionally done because it's at an event or an award show or something like that, so they've had it professionally done. But I would say kind of on the reg, probably Kim Kardashian and Kylie Jenner are like the ones like I admire. The makeup always looks really good, like the contouring, their lips, everything, it always looks really nice. But yeah, I don't really pay too much attention to it. Definitely mascara. Probably because I look like a 5-year-old if I don't put mascara on. That's not even an exaggeration, I actually do look like a child if I don't have mascara on. I do leave the house quite often without makeup on, generally because my gym is at least like a 15-minute car ride away, so I have to leave the house without makeup on because I am not going to the gym, sweating it out and then having mascara and God knows what running down my face. The only thing I will say is I do wear mascara to the gym, but it's literally only a little bit so that I don't look like 12 years old. Well, I think anyone looks good with whatever they choose, makeup or not. This quite a strange question for me. I've never really thought about it probably long enough. I don't know. That's going to be the actual decision. I don't think there is one. I think there's not one single makeup line that gets everything perfect, and everything is the best. I think it's a lot of combination of like different brands, because what might work for me might not work for 10 girls after me. So it really does depend on you and what works for you. I think that makeup is a brilliant enhancer, but you should never use it as a mask, because otherwise you're just never going to be happy. You're never going to be happy with you, and you're never going to be happy with it. So use it for enhancement instead of masking. Obviously we all mask little problems like our bags or our spots, but don't use it like completely as a mask. So your whole makeup as a whole, don't use it as a mask and you'll be fine. So that is all my answers to the 40 beauty questions tag, and I would like to tag all of you lovelies that are watching. Feel free to tag it and leave me your videos below, leave me the links and let me know what you think of makeup. I hope you guys enjoyed. Bye guys.